Just got back from Costco. I found this brand new uncured bacon, and it is by it's using the celery from the nitrate, so it doesn't have any weird preservatives. No sugar added. I can't stand it when there's sugar in bacon because it makes the bacon have a weird flavor. Like, it takes away from the flavor. When you take sugar off your tongue and you don't get it anymore, food tastes different when it just tastes sweet, and then you lose all the flavor to things. And this is a pretty good brand. It's from the the Duffy Brothers. So anyways, look it up. Pretty clean. They keep them antibiotic free, and at least with gestation they're crate free. So it's really hard to get really clean, sustainable pork, but it's always good to try. So I was on an egg run today, so got 3 packs of these. Now I can make more of my egg pudding, and with my egg pudding, what I like to do is use my Perfect Aminos. I'm just going to take the camera with me while I'm in the kitchen. I use the Perfect Aminos in about 10 to 11 eggs. If I have the grass-fed beef protein, I will use that as well, and add that into the blender with some vanilla. You can sweeten it more if you want with some monk fruit, and then I make my pudding with that. And so that's an egg pudding. I don't feel like cooking breakfast. I'm not super hungry. I just want some Perfect Aminos for protein building. Then I'm going to use that. And so that was what I hadn't had eggs for like 2 to 3 days because I used them all up. But finally went on an egg run. Costco's got eggs in stock. I found a new coffee. Really like this one, Layered. And what's really cool about this, it has the chaga mushrooms, lion's mane mushroom, maitake mushroom, and cordyceps mushroom. So you're getting immune support, brain health, and nervous system regulation. Maitake mushroom strengthens and supports immune function. So there's cognitive support in here, and the cordyceps is going to help with endurance and energy. So this is a nice product. I checked to see if it was gluten-free. It is gluten-free. I've been trying to stay away from ground coffee, but this is what was available, and so I wanted to get a good coffee and I can't pass up a good mushroom coffee, so this is what I want to start using again. And I did still get some regular beans. This one is covered well, organic, shade grown, and it is, what they're doing is getting together and having, what do they call it, shade grown and a cooperative. So when you get your beans and they are following good practices, they're not putting any pesticides in the ground or in their beans, and that's what you want to focus on. You want to get it good and healthy. And again, if you're new, I found this bacon at Costco. I was super excited to try it. So tomorrow I'm having bacon and eggs for breakfast. That's what I'm excited about, guys. Okay. I liked having tuna on hand. I also get the salmon and the sardines. I had a can of sardines earlier for dinner, and I like to keep this in stock. So when you keep this canned food in stock, then you don't feel like eating, you're just a little bit hungry, you just need a little bit of protein. You mix this up with a tablespoon of avocado oil mayonnaise, and then you've got yourself a dish that's going to give you protein, that turns off your appetite and satiates you. And this one here, your protein per can is 33 grams of protein, so enough to build muscle synthesis. So when you need 1 can, so you do need to eat the whole can, ladies. If you want to build muscle and you want your brain to function, you need more protein. So that's that. And so with the eggs, we need 5 eggs for 30 grams of protein to build muscle. And if you don't want to eat 5 eggs, you take away an egg, which is 6 grams of protein, and then you add a piece of bacon, and it states it's like 6 grams of protein per each slab of bacon here. And so I would probably eat 4 bacon slices, and so that's going to be already, I could do 3 eggs and 4 slices of bacon, and I'm getting well over 30 grams of protein. So you want to get between 30 and 40 grams of protein, especially in the morning, to support your blood sugar regulation, to turn off your stress response, to actually build muscle, and to energize your body, and to support your metabolism. Because if your weight is stalled, the best thing you can do is switch from eating too late in the day which could be raising your cortisol levels when you do that, and eating sooner in the day. I helped somebody do that, and she dropped 10 pounds because she was eating too late in the day and wasn't focused on breakfast, and that was stressing her body out. And when she made that one switch, that was something that was really good. So what I'm going to repeat is, when you eat sooner in the morning and not later, it could be that you could turn on your metabolism switch, burn more body fat, but you can't do that with sugar. So if you're eating yogurt with sugar and fruit in the morning and not getting the right amount of protein, that's not going to work. You want to focus on 30 to 40 grams of protein. And, for breakfast could be 10 o'clock. It doesn't have to be 8 o'clock. It could be 10 o'clock. But the sooner you eat in the morning, if your metabolism is stalled, you will get better weight loss by eating sooner in the day to build your metabolism and just turn on the day's work and get that energy. So that's something that you can focus on to get some weight loss. And eat eggs. They're good for your body. You need 30 grams of protein at every meal. And if your goal weight is 120 pounds, that's 120 pounds of protein you need to eat a day. And so the perfect aminos is a little bit of cheating. I kind of add that in extra. I don't always count that, but there are some days where I'll eat one big meal and then I'll fill in with the perfect aminos if I didn't find time or I just wasn't hungry and I don't want to go without protein. So that perfect aminos, if you're new on, again, I'm going to go back to my cupboard. I have the lemon lime and I have the vanilla. So I mix the vanilla with eggs and coconut milk and I make my egg protein pudding, and that's in my recipe book. So if you go back to my reels that are showing the recipes, go in the comments and type in recipe, and they'll send you, my crew will send you that book for free. Okay, so if you're not focused on the food bridges, you may not support your metabolism correctly, because you got to remember, if you have any glucose in your blood, you will burn that. You will not be burning your body fat. If you want to tap into that body fat, get the fat off and around your face, lose all of that puffiness, reduce your visceral fat and the edema, maintain a better metabolism, balance your thyroid, you need to eat the protein. You don't want to start breakfast and with any kind of added sugars. You want to make sure that you're using maybe only monk fruit. And so those are some things to truly focus on if you want to have a faster metabolism and not a metabolism that is struggling or sluggish. So if you feel like you're gaining weight and you're not burning the fat that you want to have, you need to look at your diet and look at your food. So get my recipe book. It's about the food bridges, about how you can go low carb, do that, and boost fat loss. Because as long as you're eating too many carbohydrates, and it depends on your body as to what is too many, and if you're eating foods you're sensitive to, you could be creating inflammation in your body rather than putting your body into a fat burning mode. So to get fat burning mode, we need to have insulin sensitivity, not be insulin resistant. And so, but making sure we are more metabolic fit and more insulin sensitive, we need protein. So Perfect Aminos is a good way to get that. And at some point I have to get myself an affiliate link. I don't have it right now, but I always, for my clients, they get targeted supplementation support, which is what I'm going to go into next. I already showed you what coffee I'm using. What I'm doing for August is I'm doing a gut reset, and I'm doing an anti-inflammatory gut health protocol, because when I ran my own gut GI map test and the fluids IQ, permeability, and metabolic panels, what I was seeing was, because I am mercury dumping, I'm dumping mercury and aluminum, I am doing a metal detox, and I'm dumping it. That makes me a little bit more permeable. I have a little bit of elevated zonulin. I have, my bile acids are fine, my digestion is fine, my fat metabolism is fine, and my elastase 1 pancreas is fine. But what I have going on with that shows in the GI map. So if you don't test, you have no idea what's going on in that gut sometimes. And you could live with that for years and have problems and not really know what it is that you need to address. So what I need to address, and that I am addressing, And there's no reason to be embarrassed when we've got something happening. We just need to target it and take care of it. You know, it's like a cut on the skin. You're going to go and you're going to address the cut on your skin. Something's going on, you want to fix it. Inside the gut, you can't always feel it or tell what's going on. You might have gurgling, GERD. You might have pain. You may have symptoms. And there could be candida. You could have yeast infections and overall. But what we want to do is balance and manage your minerals. That's number one. So first thing in the morning, get yourself some kind of a salt soleil. I'm taking this one. It has salt and potassium. I do a salt soleil as well. And a really good potassium that you could use. And I've got this one, so I can use some of this potassium and I make my own salt soleil. So my salt soleil, I put it in this big old jar. It's got my Celtic sea salt in there with spring water. And I put that into my water when I hike, and I put that into my water in the morning. So I might go back and forth and use that. And then also I want to use this because it has vitamin C. Plus I need that for my skin. And then I want to take this also when I'm taking collagen, so that helps with skin repair. And then for overall inflammatory response in my body, what I am doing to turn off my elevated Sig-A, because that mercury is loose in my body and I'm trying to bind it, but it is making me more permeable. It has created, I'm reacting to the anti-gliadin gluten protein. I don't eat it. It's in my kitchen in crumbs. I don't live in a gluten-free environment. I don't eat out much. So I am also getting cross-contamination from dairy and possibly corn, which are my food sensitivities. So with somebody like me who is dairy and wheat sensitive, that kept me sick most of my life, also kept me with asthma and depressed. When I took those foods out, I got my life back. And so that's why I stay low carb, because it supports my health, and those foods were poison to my body. So I'm bringing in vitamin C to help with oxidation, collagen absorption. I'm bringing in the Mega IG 2000. And what I need isn't necessarily what you need, except for the minerals. Yes, you need the minerals. But I am targeting my specific needs in my specific gut based on my specific labs. And I'm bringing in turmeric because I need, and this is cumin with no added weird preservatives, just highly absorbable turmeric, so that I can help reduce inflammation in my colon, because that is what's showing. I'm showing inflammatory markers are elevated. Even with the clean diet, you still have to test, because you don't know what you're reacting to at the antigen level and what's causing inflammation in your body. And so that's what I'm targeting. And for protein, before and after the gym, I would do it twice. I would do Perfect Aminos before and after. You don't need any plant-based protein, period. That is a waste of money. When this is 100% absorbable, 100% absorbable protein, that is the right amount of essential amino acids you need to build muscle and to support your detoxification and brain. When you buy the plant-based proteins, what you're getting is something that's only 18% absorbable, and it doesn't give you all of the amino acids in the right amounts to build muscle from leucine. With animal protein, you do get that. So this is just a free-form amino acids. That's actually vegetarian, but I'm not something I'm worried about. So that's what I would take. I wouldn't do whey if you don't know if you're dairy sensitive, if you get any mucus, if you have asthma, if you have histamine issues. I wouldn't be doing any dairy, so I wouldn't do whey. Whey can be insulinic. It could cause you to gain weight. It just depends on your body. So it is maybe better for men who don't have that problem, who have more muscle and who can use that, shoot that glucose through their muscle more readily when it, so that just depends on your body whether or not you would want to use that. And another thing I'm using is just got a really good fish oil that I picked up. Again, I'm addressing inflammation in my colon. Want to turn it off quickly in the next 30 days. I've got boswellia to help turn that off. And then I wanted to bring in butyrate. So I've got this tributrin that I wanted to try that I get from Designs for Health to help support. All of these things are going to help me rebuild my my colon health and turn off that inflammation. And I'm still going to take stuff to bind the mercury. And that's just something, when you go through healing protocols, I've been going through my healing protocol for over 10 years. And, there was a lot of damage done before the age of 53. I mean, I had a friend that didn't even make it to 60. People are, you don't know what you have. You have to turn around and reverse it. And once you start working on correcting your health, what happens is you're like peeling open an onion and you're getting all these layers and things are starting to come out. And so that's what's going to happen is you're going to see what's the next level of your healing that you need to do to make your body more strong and healthy, to be able to reduce your risk for disease, stay active, build muscle, have strong bones, be cognitive not be cognitive impaired, but have good, strong cognitive support. That's why, again, the mushrooms will not only support my brain health and my immune system and my gut, but it's also going to help with my energy levels, my nervous system, and my immune system, because it's at something, at least in my GI map, I did notice that my SIGA was fully elevated. And when it's fully elevated, it is working. And so that's good. You don't want it completely low and suppressed, and that means you've got a suppressed gut and your gut is totally out of whack and it's not working the way you want it to. And so that part at least is good. So I know what I need to do. I'm peeling open that onion. I'm getting things done. And so if you guys have any questions that you need asked, make sure you post it and follow when you're following me and listening to me on YouTube. If you go to my links, you can see my YouTube station. And the reason for that is I want to address what it is that you guys are having problems with. What is it that you want support with? And so I can make put it into a newsletter. I can write a blog on it. I could post it. If you see all of my stuff on social media, I have a lot of written posts that I do to help guide you and show you what I'm doing and to help empower you. This is about empowerment, excitement, and getting you to the next level of inspiration, motivation to start lifestyle changes, because it can be overwhelming when you're going to the doctor and they're telling you one thing, which may not be correct, because if they're trying to feed you carbohydrates when you're carbohydrate intolerant, if they're telling you to eat all carbohydrates and no meat when you have diabetes or you're insulin sensitive, you're just going to stay diabetic. And so you need to understand that there are consequences for having too high a carbohydrate load on your body. And what is your vision? What is your goal? What is it that you want to do? Going to the gym is great, but if you're over exercising, that could cause too much stress on your body. And I heard recently, it was coming from somebody on a podcast, they were talking about it, but if you just eat a good meal with 30 to 40 grams of protein at a time, you're actually building a stronger metabolism, burning more fat than an hour of cardio. You don't need to do an hour of cardio. You need to do strength lifting, you need to do push-ups, you need to do squats, you need to do walking, hiking, movement, getting outside and grounding and getting that easy stuff. And if you're ready to build muscle for your arms, that's the strength training. It's not an hour on the bike. You could do 20 minutes on the bike to build more muscle. So if you don't have time to get outside and walk and you only have a bike, that is still very powerful to help you build your muscles and your thighs. But you want to think about how you're going to be when you're 60, 70, and 80. Are you going to have hips that function? Are you going to have bones that hold you up in the kitchen? Are you going to be able to walk and be independent? Or are you going to be on a walker or a cane? I just had this really feisty, determined woman working with me, just recently started working with me. She's 69, going on 70. She is not about to get herself a cane, and she's ready to get her health back. So I'm super excited to help her, because anybody who wants to work with me is going to get results, because I am invested in your health and I want you to have the best health too. That's why I do this. I don't come on here just to sell my program. I'm here to help you live beautifully and age adventurously, and you can do that if you want it. You could DIY this, get my recipe book, but if you want help implementing it, I'm here. That's what I'm here for. I've got many layers to my program. You could do it without the labs. You can get the labs. Once a year, getting the labs and knowing what's going on in your body, you are going to be super empowered to keep your health going forward, and that's going to be a miracle, because I have had my miracles. I've had a sister die from diabetes. I had a sister die from cancer. Everybody in my family has either got a cancer diagnosis or the diabetes diagnosis, if not both, or one at a time, and it's congruent. So there are things that can happen in our body as eating the standard American diet, but there's also things we could do to turn that off, flip the switch off, and get our bodies back. And that is what I'm doing. I'm practicing epigenetics. So if you want to express healthy DNA, reduce your risk for disease, not have to go on medications, because with a keto low carb diet, you can lose weight naturally without medications. And you could do this in 6 months to a year or less, depending on your body. And yet, people who go on Ozempic for a year or 2 years, you might get some results, you might have some side effects, and you could be sick coming off of it and not feeling good, which I've heard also. And so you want to just really take control of your body, find out what's going on with your hormones. I take hormone support. I've got estrogen, I've got progesterone. I want to start using more because I don't think I'm getting enough. I'm using a DHEA complex by Quicksilver. This stuff is only available through practitioner because it's a little on the strong side. And you need to know what your labs are before you start throwing hormones in there. And but it's going to keep your brain working better, especially if you're a woman, a professional woman, you're still working, you find that you're having cognitive issues, you don't feel like you have yourself back, everything's overwhelming. It's hormones, yes. It's stress, yes. It's diet, yes. It's all of this, toxins, environmental issues. I run 6 diagnostic labs, get your health intake, your metabolic analysis, and your adrenal thyroid questionnaire, and I put that all out in front of me, and I'm looking at you, the whole person, and finding out what's going on in your body so that we could put your body back together again like Humpty Dumpty, fill in all the cracks, and you got your new aging beautiful body. So if you want to get back to beautiful, you want help implementing this, just DM me and let me know. In the meanwhile, go and follow me on YouTube, and I'm getting ready to post a new video. I'm on Facebook as well at Lori Ballou and Holistic Low Carb Weight Loss, because this is all about creating a lifestyle, not a diet. You are not on a diet. You're not going to have restriction. You're not going to be starving. You're going to eat and feel great. I've had one meal today, basically, and I'm like, I should probably eat some protein. And I'm kind of like, well, do I want to eat these hot dog sticks? It's kind of what I'm thinking about. But I know my digestion doesn't good. I was working babysitting last night at someone's house, dog sitting, babysitting, and didn't get a lot of sleep. So I don't want to really eat this late. So what I'm going to do is get my Pellegrino water out, which has sulfur, and I'm going to use Perfect Aminos, and I might add in some of my adrenal cocktail, and I might even put some collagen in there. I think that would be something that I want to do, and another scoop of creatine, because I've only had one of each of those today. So that's going to support my skin. So if you want glowing skin, I don't have any foundation on today, just some eye makeup. This is my skin. I have my wrinkles at 62, but it's not that bad, and the visceral fat is gone. So if you want good, clean, clear skin and hair that's not falling out, there's certain things that you need to do as a woman to maintain your beauty. And I work from the root cause, from the inside out, getting you the right fats, getting you on the right proteins, figuring out what your body specifically needs, so you could turn off the dysfunction of metabolic problems and repair that metabolism and get your body functioning again. So get back to beautiful. Give me a call. Let me know what you're interested in. And I appreciate you guys being here. Share this if you found it empowering, and then also leave a comment when I post it. Thank you, and I'll talk again soon. I want to do more of these. Let me know if you like this, because this is kind of where I'm really riled up. I'm excited. I've been out getting some movement. I got 2 sun walks in today. And I'm burning ketones. So when I burn ketones, I like to come on and talk and tell you how it feels. It feels amazing, guys. It feels amazing. When you can burn some ketones, when you're not burning sugar, you're going to feel great. Your brain's going to work, your skin's going to look good, and you're going to feel great. All right, talk to you soon. Bye.